Previously on the O.M.E.N podcast.
You all land in Paris.
Starbucks coffee.
Gosh, I've never had coffee.
Oh, no. Do you want to go get a coffee before you go to the flat?
We are together in this city, and there's no legal issues between any of us.
And there, in the bath, there is a body, but the head and the sort of like upper neck and shoulder region is missing.
It seems likely that this is some sort of alien parasite, and I can't believe I just said those words.
You can deduce that this is probably Omar, Yasmin's brother. You know that Omar was meant to go and meet Bob at Notre Dame in the next half an hour.
Let's head to the cathedral.
What will happen next? Let's find out in this episode of O.M.E.N.
And so you all go to Notre Dame, you walk through the street, it's starting to get dark, so there are less people out, the sun is setting, and you get to Notre Dame, where there are only a few people around.
Wait, there are only a few people around at Notre Dame?
Yes. At Notre Dame, at this time of night, yes.
It's gotta be very late.
It's getting late, yeah. Can you all please roll for observation?
I rolled a 3, so I see nothing of importance.
You see there's a building.
It's a familiar building.
Is there a hunchback around?
Yeah, none of you have seen that much, and I'm going to quickly roll for observation as well. Oh, so you guys don't notice for like a couple of seconds, but then you see a man who was there, who was in the middle of the street. He's noticed you, and he like looks at you, and you look at him, and he starts to run. He legs it.
I want to use my strength to power my legs to go after him.
Your strength to power your legs. Okay, so can you roll a 10 or more in strength, please? 8. Okay, nice. 18. So you start chasing after him. He runs, and he's running, and he runs into the cathedral itself.
I throw the bouncy ball at the back of his head with force.
You throw the bouncy ball at his head. Can you roll for? Can you roll like 15 in luck? You throw the ball at him, and it bounces off of his head, and he just sort of rubs the back of his head, and he's still running, and he's running into the church. The rest of you are going to pursue.
I've got this, and I quadruple my amount of legs.
Good choice. Okay, so you become. You pop on the thing and you become the octopus creature.
Yes.
You feel? Can you please roll for? Can you roll? Oh dear. 7 or more in focus, please.
Just 7?
Yeah.
Well, 18. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not instantly overwhelmed by the weirdness of being this octopus creature, but you decide that you're going to chase after them.
Go, Martin legs.
What is Lavinia and what is Annabelle going to do?
I don't know.
You do have a gun.
I do have a gun. Do I want to be firing?
I don't know. Do you want to be firing in Notre Dame? Are you guys in the cathedral yet, or are you not? Are you going to go in?
We're chasing him into it, right?
Okay, you're chasing him in, and you're all inside the cathedral now, and he's started to run up into sort of like this building work going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to climb up into the rafters and...
Wait, it's building work as in scaffolding, so it could be torn down.
Yes, it could.
Tear down the scaffolding.
You tear down the scaffolding. Okay, right. Can you roll a 15 or more in strength, please?
19.
19. You grab the scaffolding and you start to pull it, and the scaffolding starts to shake, and he is going to roll for agility. Phew! So the man rolls a 0 and he tips back and flips over the edge of the balcony and he falls to the ground below. Ooh, he has broken both of his legs. You hear the crack. It is unpleasant, and he's lying on the floor screaming in pain. And he's like, why? Oh no, please don't kill me.
I hold 6 arms pointing at him and going like, why did you run?
What is a monster? Go away. Please don't hurt me. I'm so scared.
Don't you dare call my friend a monster, you son of a bitch! And I punch him in the face.
Okay, roll for strength. Roll a 5 or more in strength. Oh man. Okay, you punch him and 2 of his teeth get like immediately knocked out. And he's like, no, please don't hurt me. I'm so scared.
I'm a good person, damn you!
He's whimpering and he's terrified. This clearly is a man who is not meaning you any harm.
I take off my glamour field and...
Okay, no, you don't. No, you don't. Hang on a minute.
No?
No, you have to roll a 10 or more. Focus, please. Darling.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah! Ooh, that's 2 21s in a row.
So you managed to use your tentacles to pull off your glamour field, so you become a normal person again. And he's like, oh, witchcraft, what is happening? Please, don't hurt me.
You've never seen an octopus? You never seen an octopus talk? Well, you know what? Maybe that's because octopus don't want to be around you.
Herb, please, you've injured this man. Just give him your nanotech patch.
I was trying to stand up for you.
Well, I appreciate it, but you look at this guy. His legs are completely shattered, and what have you done to his face?
I've come back from worse.
What is Lavinia doing at this moment in time?
Lavinia, bless her heart, has never been to Paris, and she's big into churches, let me tell you that. So Lavinia is currently looking around the cathedral with a look of awe and supreme distraction on her face. She's not a fighter. She's a thinker.
That makes sense. And I suppose observation in this case is a double-edged sword, because not only would you normally be very good at spotting stuff, you're also very good at being distracted.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And what about Annabelle? What is Annabelle doing?
Well, we're in a church, so probably just ignoring whatever they're doing and observing.
I assume you don't have your gun out.
Absolutely not in a church. Can't pull a gun out on hollow ground.
Good choice. The man on the floor is still whimpering. Are you going to use your nanotech patch on him?
Who?
I'm staring at you, Herb.
I'm still kind of confused and in a weird emotional place. I'm not giving this man a nanotech patch. I need to know what's going on.
Okay, he's still whimpering in pain. Are you going to ask him any questions?
I suddenly realize I haven't been using my Parisian thing to fit in. I think it will also help comfort him. Why did you run from us? Have you... are we scary? Do we scare you? What is going on? Have you seen anything?
I thought you were one of them. They came after my sister.
I'm one of you. I'm Parisian.
No, you are not.
Is your name Bob?
Yes, my name is Bob, the builder. I've been working here to restore this place. I've been building it.
That explains your skill in climbing scaffolding, I guess.
Why did you run from us?
I thought you were one of them.
One of who?
They kidnapped my sister. They've been hurting all of us. They're terrifying. The pale tall man, he's terrifying.
Is he nice?
No, he's not nice. He's the opposite of nice. He's unnice.
Is he from Nice?
His legs are so broken you can see the bone coming out of one of them. It's not pleasant. He's not from Nice. No, I don't know where he's from. He came a couple of weeks ago, and he took my sister, and he's been threatening us to try and kill all of us.
What does he want?
I don't understand what he wants. He knew my sister was working in Egypt. That was the only reason he contacted us.
Was your sister named Yasmin?
Yes. My sister is called Yasmin.
Oh, we have some bad news.
No, we don't have bad news. We have ambivalent news. You have nothing to worry about. Your sister is not with the tall bad man.
Oh, thank God.
But she was evil.
No, she is a wonderful person. She wouldn't hurt anyone unless she had to.
Well,
where is my brother?
Well, when you talk about hurting people, sometimes people hurt themselves in various ways that are confusing to us. And also, there's a lot of adrenaline happening on a lot of sides.
Where is my brother? Where is Omar?
Omar was your brother?
Yes.
Oh, I'm very happy to tell you that the tall man is not threatening him anymore either. He is safe
He's not safe. I wouldn't say that.
with your sister, likely.
How is this miracle happened? What wonderful thing have you done to allow this to happen? Praise the Lord, he says whilst still bleeding on the floor.
I don't want any part of this, and I'm walking away.
Lavinia, can you explain in kind medical terms what is the thing that has happened to his sister and his brother that make them safe, and why he should not panic?
Lavinia is going to suddenly notice that there's a man having bones everywhere. And she gasps, runs over, crouches down next to the bone and goes, fascinating.
Hell, you're all horrible people. The guy goes, please, what, can you please help me?
The person who is threatening you, where is he now?
I don't know. He could be anywhere. He lives here in Paris. I don't know where he comes from. He just appears. He's terrifying.
Yeah, can you tell him the thing, Lavinia? Why everything is fine?
Well, I have noticed, due to my incredible powers of observation, that your leg is broken.
Both my legs are broken. I am dying right now.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
I'm in so much pain. This is impossibly painful.
Well, yes, you would be. Your bones are broken.
You are so much more lucid than I was when I was in your position.
I feel so woozy.
Oh, for heaven's sake! And I slap my nanotech patch on him.
And immediately the nanotech patch starts to work. But because his legs are in such an awkward position, they heal his legs that state.
Can I roll to intervene, like agility and strength, to bend his legs into the correct position as they're
All
healing?
right, roll a 5 or more in agility. No, 5 or more in strength, please. Okay, you are fine. You're good. Okay, so you managed to bend his legs back as they are healing, and he's fine. He goes, ah, and his legs bend back into the normal shape, and within a couple of minutes, he's able to walk again, albeit a little bit weirdly.
While they're watching this happening, I want to try to pickpocket the nanotech patch from Herb because I don't want to lose mine.
I'm looking at my hands and going, these are the hands of a good man.
Can you roll like a 10 or more in agility, please?
No.
No.
That's a 0.
You poke Herb in the side. You just poke him. And Herb looks at you, and you look back at him, and Herb assumes that this is sort of like just a loving poke. Like a sort of, like he's like, you're happy with him, you're proud of him.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me.
And you stare at each other, and you share a brotherly moment there. It's very nice. That was a nice fail, right there.
I want to poke him in. I want to poke him back, just like friendly poke back.
Poke him back. Can you roll a 10 or more in strength, please?
Creativity. Can I roll creativity instead?
Okay, yeah, creativity. You roll a 0. You poke him in the eye.
I don't know. That seems pretty creative.
I try to salvage it by giving him a little bit of a nuggie as well.
You grab him and you poke him in the eye. So I want Martin to. Can you just roll? Can you roll a d4, please?
Sure. I also want to say that I'm really impressed that he managed to poke me in the eye, even though I'm wearing glasses.
He's been very uncreative. Well, you don't want me to break the glasses, so yeah, okay. You take 4 damage from that. He poked you in the eye. He poked you good.
That's like a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's poked you.
If only I had some sort of healing device.
Oh man, Meg, are you alright?
Ow!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is there any way I can make up? I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to help. Do you need a nanotech patch?
Sure, I'll take one of those.
You seem very chipper for an injured man. Here you go.
Ow! Ow! I'll take one of those.
Alright, take my nanotech patch.
Okay, do you want to use it now or do you want to wait?
That's it. No, I'm gonna put it in my pack.
But aren't you injured? Aren't you gonna use it?
I feel like maybe I want to break my legs first and save it for that.
Do you want me to break your legs for you?
No!
Whilst you guys have been debating and being confused and poking each other in the eyes, none of you have noticed that Bob has started to make a break for the door. Because he doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know who you are. You never introduce yourselves. And he just knows you as the weird octopus man, the man who broke his legs, and the woman who was interested in his bones rather than himself, and the girl who's just been standing there and praising Jesus, and he runs out into the night, and you see from above a black shadow grabs him and pulls him up into the air, and you hear him go, "Oh!"
I'd like to try and hit the black thing
With an endothermic grenade?
with a gun.
With the gun. Okay, you pull out the gun. Can you please roll a 20 or more? It's very quick, so you have to roll a 20 or more in... which one do we have for guns again?
Agility, I think.
Agility. Roll a 20 more agility.
Here goes. And I get +5.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you hit it. It flies up into the air with the guy, and there's a little bit of blood on the floor. Are you all going to walk outside? See what's going to happen?
Follow that shadow thing.
What color is the blood?
It's red blood, like normal blood.
As we're running, I'm dipping my fingers in the blood and tasting it to see if...
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
Can someone try and stop him from doing that?
Yeah.
Can you roll 7 or more in strength, please?
Whoa, critical hit.
Annabelle knocks the blood, rubs the blood off quickly, because you don't know where it's been, you don't know what this thing's blood can do, and it's probably safer if you don't lick it.
This is how science works in Australia.
This is not Australia.
I just go off in a huff like a teenager who just got sent to their room.
Is the monster leaving a blood trail?
Yeah, well, so you will walk out into the plaza outside of the building. Can Lavinia please roll her observation, please?
Aww.
You look up and you see the black figure. It is a tall man, and he's clearly it's very dark, so you can't see everything. But he's holding poor Bob underneath his arm. He's clearly very strong, and he says, you hear the man like an echoey voice go,
"You shouldn't have come here.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You shouldn't have come here.
Can you say that again?
It's really hard to hear you from down here, mate.
You shouldn't have come here."
Does anyone understand what he's saying?
I can't understand what... Bob, what is he saying?
He's saying you shouldn't have come here. And at that moment, he picks up Bob and throws him off of the building. And Bob is falling, and he goes, "Ah!" What are you going to do?
I want to catch him.
I want to catch him. Can you roll a 10 or more in strength, please? You can. You get a natural 20. So you manage to grab him as he falls, and he lands. Could you and you manage to hold him in your arms? And Bob is sort of lying there, and he goes, "Oh no, not you again!" And he tries to scramble away.
Liberty, fraternity, I am here for you.
The sort of hooded figure on top of the building, you see its back contorts, it sort of clicks and cracks, and you see from the back of its neck, its shoulders splay open and reveal a very sort of disgusting organic set of what look like wings.
I go to the index under W for wings.
Okay, could you just roll a 5 or more in focus? Because you see what this thing is now. You've seen its silhouette, so you can pretty much identify it.
That's an 11.
Okay, so you are flicking through the pages whilst this thing is sort of contorting itself above you. And you recognize that this is a vampire patriarch of some kind.
Holy shit, guys, it's a vampire.
The vampire patriarch goes,
"You should not have come here."
and its wings start to flap, and it's now flying above you in the air, and the blood is dripping down like below.
Can I have a flashback?
Okay. Go on. Why not? Let's give it a go.
The reason I was thrown out of Paris suddenly comes to me in a rush, and everybody around me just hears me go like, "Ah!" When I was in Paris previously as a member of O.M.E.N, fighting vampires, I was implicated in some dark actions as a result of there was a high-ranking vampire, like a really high statesman, and I murdered him in the middle of the floor of the parliament or whatever is in France because he was a vampire, obviously. So suddenly I remember that this guy, this bastard, this chuffing mate lad has been the entire reason I couldn't enjoy baguettes for years.
And he looks down at you and goes,
"Ah, Koala, we meet again."
My name's Air before you Son of a gun! I remember you, and also I don't like you.
I don't like you either. And so, you're all going to die here.
He brings a sort of some sort of like weird metallic thing out of his pocket and presses a button on it, and you see a bright light emanate from a nearby gargoyle on the walls of Notre Dame. This gargoyle, it's the rock around it splits open and it reveals like a glowing sort of like spirit inside. And the gargoyle then bounces down and lands with a great big thud in the middle of the sort of plaza.
I want to run over to, because we're on the square in front of Notre Dame, I'm going to run to the nearest restaurant and, snatch someone's garlic bread off the table and throw it at the vampire.
There's no one around at the minute, but yeah, there's there just happens to be some garlic bread there.
That means you'd have to smash through the window, right?
Yeah, you'd have to smash through the window. Do you want to smash through the window?
I need that garlic bread.
Well, I mean, you might get the garlic bread, but he is flying right at the top of Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is very, very tall. So,
oh, he's that high up.
Oh, he's very high up right now, and he's getting further and further away. In fact, he is now escaping across Paris, and he is flying directly towards where you recognise as d'Enfer Rochereau.
Rocheferrero?
Rocheferrero, the Ferrero Rocher. At this moment, the gargoyle rears back and it slams down in front of you. And at this point, you guys have to deal with a gargoyle. The gargoyle is scowling and it's smashing up the concrete and it's getting ready to attack all of you. What are you going to do?
I want to make sure it's magical. I want to wave my thermic sensor at it.
Oh, you wave your thermic sensor in front of it and it is crackling like a crazy thing. It's clearly incredibly magical. And it is very scary.
I opened the Helsing book to G for gargoyle.
You open the Helsing book, you get to Gargoyle, and you find that it is just a large stone thing. The only way to really destroy one of these things is to either dispel it somehow, and you guys, none of you know how to dispel stuff, or you're just going to have to blow it up somehow. You have to destroy it.
I'm going to use the charm spray, and I'm going to tell it to sit.
Oh.
Interesting.
Interesting choice. I wonder if this will work. Okay, so you use your charm spray, which means you have to roll a let's go with a 15 or more in persuasion.
Do I get bonus on the charm spray?
Yeah. Oh, you did it very well. Okay, so well, that's ruined everything, hasn't it? You tell it to sit, and at that moment it sits down and it sort of looks at you, sort of puppy dog eye. And it sort of growls a little bit. And can the rest of you please roll for luck?
That's a 5 out of 1.
So unfortunately, our two buckworms. So it likes Annabelle, but it does not like either of you two. It's probably because both of you kind of smell a little bit like mothballs.
Oh.
It chases you. So can you please both roll for agility?
I want to dive towards it.
You want to dive towards it? Interesting. Okay, can you roll?
I have an idea.
Okay, roll 10 or more.
Natural 20.
So Lavinia manages to run out of the way, and at that moment, Dr. Martin manages to dive underneath it. So you are right underneath a giant.
And I activate my spell shield app.
Ah. Okay.
I'm thinking maybe I can dispel it that way.
All right, so you activate your spell shield directly underneath the thing, and at that point, it growls, and you see the bottom of it crack open slightly. So you've made a sort of decent amount of damage to it. You can tell that the magic inside it is quite unstable. So a couple more cracks, and this thing is probably going to break.
Annabelle, blow it up!
I want to headbutt it.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Don't be so hasty. However, unfortunately, you are now underneath a giant, heavy stone monster.
Oh, man.
Mr. Martin.
I was hoping it would do more than that.
Can you please roll a 10 or more in agility?
Yes, that's a 15.
You manage to roll out of the way of its foot as it slams it down underneath you, and you manage to roll out of the way and get out of the way of it. Vole, what are you going to do? Wait, no, Herbivore, what are you going to do?
I know that we, one, it almost hurt my friend, which is unforgivable, but also, we did this, and it was charmed. It likes Annabelle. So I'm going to try to actually minimize damage to it and wrestle it to the ground. Wrestle it with my muscles and sort of show it like an animal primacy. that it should go with our pack.
Well, it's a very big thing, so I want you to roll.
Well, I'm a very big man.
Oh my. So I want you to roll at least like a 15 in strength, please.
There you go.
Nice. Okay. Right. Fine. Fine. You this is not going how I planned it. You grab it and you wrestle it, and you manage to somehow get this giant gargoyle into a headlock. And you can now, at this moment, you can whisper in its ear. What are you going to say? What words are you going to say to try and convince it to join your side?
Have you tried the local garlic bread? I would be happy to share some with you, if you're a good boy.
Oh, yes. Finally, this gargoyle, after hundreds of years of getting no sort of like positive affirmation, it's finally believing that someone might be nice to it. You can tell that its strength is waning. It's let go of being really strong, and it stands up in front of you guys, and it seems happy with all of you. It snarls a little bit at Lavinia and Martin. It's still not very. It's not keen on those two. They smell a bit funny of mothballs, and he doesn't like mothballs. Doesn't like them at all. But for the most part, he's pretty chill now. He's a bro. He's a bro. He's a bro. Gargoyle man thing. The vampire's gone away, and you notice that the gargoyle's got great big stone wings.
Annabelle,
Yes.
it listens to you.
It does indeed. Whilst the spell still continues, the charm spray.
You can tell it to take us to its master.
I mean, we are its masters now, so this might not be the best plan.
It's ex-master.
No, we're not masters. We're not masters. We're friends.
Yeah, we're friends. You're not. There's no like power dynamic going on here. It is accepting you guys for who you are, and it's with you. It's not. This isn't sort of like a sort of master slave relationship going on. This is a friendship going on here. A friendship. Okay, so you could ask it bloody there if you wanted to.
I think I need to pay off on my promise with the garlic bread. So you said there was a building with garlic bread, but it was behind glass that I'd have to smash through.
Yes.
You're
going to headbutt the glass, aren't you?
I'm going to headbutt the glass.
Okay. Well, so as we know, Koala Jackson has an ability which allows him to headbutt anything that he wants without any penalties, which I regret writing now. I will regret writing that for the rest of my life. So yeah, you go up and headbutt the glass, and the glass smashes, and there in front of you is a nice, delicious garlic bread. So do you take the garlic bread?
Yeah, I think I do take the garlic bread. And I bring it to my new gargoyle friend.
And gargoyle friend? Are you going to name the gargoyle friend? Does anyone want to name the gargoyle friend?
We should ask the gargoyle what its name is, instead of assuming.
Oh, okay. Well, the gargoyle just growls at you. You can't really understand what it's saying.
Is it a European language?
Why don't we ask the good researcher in our party if she can understand the language?
Is that me?
Yes, you're the smartest person.
I'm a professor of biology.
But also, you taught me to read.
Martin looks insulted, being the fucking linguist.
Martin, you can understand Enochian, can't you?
Yes, Enochian and hieroglyphics, and also most European languages.
Okay, so I guess maybe you could speak in Enochian? I guess it probably could. Okay, so you hear his Enochian, and he says, and you can tell that he says, I don't care what I'm called, you guys can call me whatever you want. And so you guys get to choose the name.
I'm gonna call you Bob.
Again?
We can't have two Bobs.
Well, the other Bob is dead, so there's new Bob.
No, Bob is alive.
Is he?
I caught him.
Bob's been standing there this whole time. He caught him.
I was gonna call him Greg, because he keeps going grr.
That's perfect.
That's so sweet.
Okay, so you all get on the back of Greg the Gargoyle.
Before we do, I do want to just head back into the church and rip down like a few crucifixes.
Okay.
Because I feel like that could come in handy.
Sure, okay, commit theft, that's fine.
I have the O.M.E.N pass. It says I can do whatever I want, right?
For the most part, yeah. But, okay, so you go into the church and you rip off a few crucifixes. Annabelle St. John, are you going to say anything about this?
Annabelle will remember that. I'm just gonna glare. Like, I know it's practical, but I don't approve of it.
I give one to Annabelle.
I do want to sort of apologize to Bob for Martin's enthusiastic sacrilege. So I'm going to say, my friend is doing this to save Paris!
And Bob goes, if you can kill that horrible thing, then no one will care if you have done something wrong. That thing has been plaguing this area for ages now. He then goes, thank you, and he then walks off. Do you want to ride on the back of Greg, the gargoyle?
Can I be honest about something just internally?
Yes.
I kind of wish I took Bob's face.
Can we not take faces until people are dead, at least?
Oh, I should have let him die then.
You like those people from the flipping Game of Thrones series, taking faces and taking names.
I want to take a selfie with Greg as we lift off.
All right, do you all want to take a selfie with Greg?
Yes.
Lavinia doesn't know what selfies are.
But you took one earlier with them, or were you just sort of staring off into the distance in that photo?
I was distracted by something.
The Starbucks, possibly.
Oh, yes.
So, can you roll for creativity again?
Yeah.
Oh man, this one is a fancy selfie with the gargoyle. The gargoyle's doing like a nice little grin. He's got quite a square face, but it's sort of upturned a little bit, and it's like a little cheesy grin. And you can tell he's very happy with you guys now. You're now buddies. You're bosom buddies. And you climb on his back, and his wings stretch out, and he lifts off. And you're very confused because this is a very, very large piece of stone, but somehow it's managing to lift its weight, and you are now flying over Paris at night.
I was an octopus like 10 minutes ago. I don't think I'm in the position to question anything.
This is true. You can see the over to the west. I believe it's the west. Is the Eiffel Tower. It's lit up at night. It's glittery. There's the spotlights from the top. On the other side, you can see the Louvre. And you guys are heading towards D'Enfer Rochereau.
Some royalty-free romantic music, please.
I could probably put some romantic music in here. So at this point, you guys are flying, so it's time for some good character development. If you guys want to have a chat whilst you're riding on Greg, you may.
Martin, what? I understand why you took down the crucifixes, but didn't you think that might cause work for Bob?
It's his job anyway. He just gets more money, right? It's the same logic as when people throw trash on the floor in movie theaters.
I'm gonna scooch away from Martin, slightly disappointed, and sort of nudge Annabelle and go like, how did you feel about what Martin did?
I think the Lord will understand, and we'll put them right back where we got them from, so we're just borrowing.
Are you kidding me? Do you really think I'm gonna give up a crucifix from the Notre Dame?
Roll to resist pushing him off.
And what is Lavinia doing at this moment in time? Because I imagine this is quite a beautiful sight for her.
It would be if she wasn't terrified of heights.
Oh shit! Okay. Can she roll like a 10 or more in luck?
Oh no, definitely not.
Oh.
See?
Yeah, you're getting crippling vertigo right now.
Okay, I think what she's doing is she has her arms wrapped around the neck of the thing.
It's kind of cute, actually, I suppose, in this particular moment.
Yeah, but she's also vomiting a lot.
And she's crying a little bit, and her eyes are closed.
Not crying because she doesn't have the energy to cry, just screaming and vomiting, and sometimes both.
So at that moment, like you're flying over a bunch of like terraces, and there's some nice couples down there having romantic meals.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, how nice! It's raining.
It's raining. And like the gazpacho is now extra spicy. And you guys eventually, after a while, the gargoyle starts to lower in height, and he bounds down into D'Enfer Rochereau Square. It's like a plaza there, and you guys are met with the opening to a well-known location within Paris, which is the Paris Catacombs.
I was hoping we were gonna get to go there.
Oh, we are. And you're going to find out what's down there in the next episode of O.M.E.N, which also happens to be the next session. So you guys have to wait a month. You guys have to wait a whole month to find out what happens in the next session. Ooh, it's going to be exciting.
Got Greg now.
Yeah.
I don't know if Greg's going to be able to fit down in
I'm gonna
the...
bring him down there. He's hurt.
If we tear off his wings, he should be able to.
Don't tear off his wings.
I hope we can get Greg a job at O.M.E.N after all this is done.
Oh, we can get him a little tie and a suit.
That'd be adorable. I like this. I like how this is going.
If we change his name to Dreg, then he can be in the IT department.
I wanted you guys to destroy the gargoyle, but this is better. I like this. This is a friendlier, happier O.M.E.N than I ever expected, and it's wonderful.
Will the nanotech patch heal Greg? Because he's still got...
He's still a bit crumbly, yeah.
I feel like we could hire Bob the Builder to heal Greg.
That is true. He could probably do with the job now. Like when the people in the morning get there, they're going to find that all of the scaffolding's fallen down, and they're going to probably blame him.
And the torn crucifixes and stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're going to blame him. He is out of a job. You've really fucked that guy over. Like not only did his sister die, but his brother died, and you didn't tell him that. He doesn't know.
I was going to, but then he ran away.
He's going to get back to the apartment tonight. He's going to be like, oh, thank God, everything's fine. He's going to get there, and he's going to find his beheaded brother in the bath, and it's all your fault. He's going to be shocked. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't suffer from a heart attack.
Well, I mean, Kate, Lavinia did have an opportunity to tell him what was wrong.
Whoa, no, don't blame this on Kate.
Oh no, it's not me, it's Lavinia. She's a bit of an idiot when it comes to most things.
The O.M.E.N podcast is powered by Ellipsis RPG, the accessible donationware rule set, now available on itch.io. If you like what you're hearing, please rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. You can tweet to us at the hashtag OMENcast, that's O-M-E-N cast, and who knows, you might get a special mention in one of the episodes from us. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay vigilant. You never know what's out there.